Hello, everybody. It's Old Bear from Old Bear's Den of Bigfoot, and we're back again with another impromptu interview. They agreed to be on camera today, and they're fairly new to the campout. And this is your first time, correct?
Correct.
Yes, first time.
So, tell us a little bit about, from the area that you're from. What state?
Well, we live in Michigan. It's Macomb County, Michigan. Sterling Heights, to be exact. It's about 20 miles north of Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
So the movie 8 Mile, like since we were little kids, we know all about the movie,
Right.
So other than that, we're just regular human beings like everybody else.
What got you into Bigfooting?
The nostalgia. Like I told you before, when I was a kid, I had those experiences.
Right.
And she's just my tag along, so whatever I do, she does. So, that's about it, really. I mean,
So, if you don't mind, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
You think he's crazy?
No, I thought at first he was crazy for sure. Yes, he was a conspiracy theorist, but I don't know. Coming out here makes you believe a little bit more than you did just listening to podcasts at home.
so there's more. There's more that goes with it. I listen to all the genres, and like we're very open-minded and everything. And before the big C hit, I had been stocking up, and she said, "Well, why is the freezer full of chicken and this and that, and we don't need toilet paper for a year?"
Sure you did.
Right. So, but
Everyone
when we
else
went
thought
to
we did.
Easter with our family, they said, "Oh, this is going to happen. That's going to happen." And we're like, "Yeah, we know. Don't worry about it." And so when they start calling around, "Do you need this, that?" No, we're good. We're fine. So, and they all kind of laughed at me because I said, "Get ready."
Life straws.
Yeah. Right. So, and it's just it's those types of things. Like I don't know. We're just different people, I guess,
I understand where you're at with it.
Yeah.
So, I know we discussed that when you were younger, you possibly saw Bigfoot.
Yeah.
In your mind, it's a possibility that
Right.
it's what it was.
A couple times. So, I used to stay the summers at my aunt's house in Traverse City.
Mm-hmm.
And it was great fun for me because we'd ride horses bareback, I got a good story later about the bareback horses. Just my cousin, he was a wild child, so he stayed in a camper on property.
Mm-hmm.
And like the second night I was there, he's like, "Hey, we're gonna stay in the camper tonight, and we're gonna stay for the duration of your stay in the camper. But every night, Bigfoot's gonna come knock on the side of the camper and just walk by. Don't worry about it."
Mm-hmm.
So he won't hurt you. He's just gonna say hi and keep going. So, and the second night, obviously, I'm in the camper, and I look out to it's those flaps. It was the flaps on the window. I flap them open and I see the shadow go down the dirt pathway.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I'm never sleeping out here again." So I didn't. Right. And so the second time, that was when I was like maybe 10 or 11, and I stayed there every summer until I was 15.
Right.
So the second time I was pretty sure, and I thought we were in Marysville, Michigan. And we're on our dirt bikes, and we're sneaking off to go smoke in the back 40 of my friend's woods, So we're on the wood line, and he tells me, and I had already forgotten about all this before, "Hey, this is Bigfoot country, and it's Marysville, Michigan." And I'm like, "No." And then all of a sudden we start hearing creak, creak, creak out of the woods, crack, crack, crack. So I'm like, "Let's get out of here." And we start riding off on our dirt bikes as fast as we can go. And there's 15, 20 deer that are beating us to where we're going.
Mm-hmm.
And the property was like a triangle, so when we got to the end of the triangle, there was a huge tree, like right between the barn and our exit. And there was like to me it looked like Harry and the Henderson, just standing up there. against the tree. Mm-hmm. So, but I never saw no eye shine or color or anything like that. But you know when there's somebody standing there leaning against the tree in the dark, you know.
Right.
So that's what I saw then.
Okay, let's fast forward to the investigation you went on last night, or the calling that I did last night, and one of the other Bigfooters here did it. So what did you think about the first place we went to?
That was when we went back then?
That's when we backed
all the
up.
bones.
Oh,
The
yeah.
bones.
She got out of the car to take care of herself.
There's
And
bones everywhere.
There was nobody there, just us, and she immediately came running back. Oh my gosh, there's bones everywhere. And
Heard you say that.
Yeah,
Bones everywhere.
yeah, but you saw what we saw, right? There had to have been 10 rib cages back there, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So that was pretty wild. I mean, it's not something we see every day because we live in the city.
Right,
I didn't even
right.
see
You
the
know?
rib cages when I
You
saw the
didn't?
bones.
Oh, no,
I was
no,
only
she's
looking
a-
at the ground.
I
If
saw- I
I'd
saw a
seen
leg
that, I would have
bone.
been out.
I saw a leg bone and I saw what's the hip
The
part?
scapula.
The hip
The
bone,
scapula. I
yeah.
saw scapula.
Like
And then
this.
when we all went
Saw the
back there and
jawbone.
saw the yard of bones, that was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
That was pretty wild. Yeah. It was eye opening. How about that?
And what
Dark
did,
as heck.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
well,
super
yeah.
dark. Dark.
Out here in the country, we
dark
don't
as
have any street lights. We
Dark.
don't know what those are.
No, there was
Nothing.
no
No stars, no
No
nothing.
stars, no nothing. Well, it was raining.
raining
It
and
was
dark.
sprinkling, yeah. So it wasn't raining unbearable. It
The
was
second place was unbearable raining.
well,
Yeah.
in and out.
It was
in and
pretty
out,
rough.
but
It was bad.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it was a tough night for what we were doing
Yeah.
yesterday. Yeah. So
So what did you think about the calls?
amazing. I mean I've never heard calls other than the recordings, or there's I listen to a number of different. She doesn't listen to it.
He shows me sometimes.
Yeah,
Or
but and I
lets me
listen to the podcast, and bro, I gotta give it to you, you're spot on. That one that everybody uses, it's like, whoa, that's you. Yeah.
Well, I
Either
appreciate
they're
it.
copying you or you're copying them because,
Well, I learned that in about 30 years ago.
yeah,
So it's probably them. They've heard me do it or something and have copied
because
it.
it was spot on, and she was doing some good ones too.
Yeah, she's the alto or tenor or whatever it is in
The
in
secondary,
family.
how about
I'm
that?
soprano.
And not to
Yeah,
give away,
I don't
not
know
to give
nothing
away
about
your
music.
secret call or anything.
I'm a soprano.
But I mean, even though we didn't get any official, what we could call official responses, because we couldn't,
Right.
it's rain and everything. It's really tough to record anything.
Well, it was raining,
Right.
Yeah.
We had umbrellas.
and,
The second
and
point.
we did have quite a group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we didn't take any time to relax the situation.
Right.
As far as hang out, be quiet, let everything settle.
I'll see tonight we'll be able to do that.
Yeah, because we're gonna go in smaller groups.
Right. Well, smaller groups plus there's no rain. You don't have the rush of trying to keep from getting drenched,
Right.
and that helps a lot.
Yeah.
So the second place we went to, what do you think about it?
Scarier.
Yeah. Well.
Well, what made
Pull
it?
the spider off
What
my
made
hair.
it scarier than the spider?
Yeah. Right. So the
So
spider.
there
what
was a spider on my head.
That was scarier
Uh-huh.
than the spider.
Oh,
Nothing.
scarier than the spider? Nothing.
Nothing.
It was dark, just pitch black.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Scary.
that'll be a little bit
Calling
better
out.
tonight.
I will
It was
say,
black.
I personally
Black.
am more
It was
comfortable
black.
with you guys than I am with other people.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this is like the first official time I've ever gone and done this. But when I'm like out looking for myself, I'm really, really nervous
And we're never in the pitch black.
because it's just me and her, and
Yeah.
she's drumming
Scary.
it up. She is
Scary.
as scary as it gets.
Yeah.
So
The wood touched my leg. I thought it was a bee, and I freaked. I jumped. Yeah.
yeah, and anytime I say anything other than, like I was telling you about in Tennessee, the 800-pound owl or a crow
Yeah.
and the cow, and there's no cow and there was no crow.
It was
And then-
800 pounds.
Well, why don't you tell them about when you and Daniel were going to the boat launch when we were in Tennessee.
Oh, yeah. The cicadas were
The
like
cicadas.
going nuts. And we were 35 minutes from the
pavement.
Walmart,
Yes.
whatever.
No,
the
it was
Walmart.
from pavement, then another 35 minutes to the Walmart.
And it was all uphill, I swear on my life.
It was.
So then the next 20 minutes, it's 110 degrees. It was a heat wave last July in Tennessee. Back. And we're on the Kentucky River, but you could hear all the cicadas. And then it was another 20-minute walk to the dock. But then soon as me and my youngest son got there, they stopped. And then it was like...
No, you heard a whistle, right?
Yeah, it was so weird because we were in the woods. We were right before the dock.
Yes.
But everything stopped, so we stopped. And then it was like a whistle. And then like a break. And we just ran. We ran.
Okay,
That was last summer.
Yeah.
that experience that you had, obviously you have blonde hair color.
Yes.
Do you think it was whistling at you?
No, I feel like it was whistling before I even got there. And it was just like when we came, me and my son, who's also blonde, it stopped. And it was just like, it was so like cut off, it stopped you in your tracks. Like everything stopped and it was silent, but we're dripping sweat. It's 110 degrees.
It was in a valley. It was in a valley, and it was
right before the boat dock.
an unused boat dock.
Yeah.
So
So we had to go back through that valley, and we just ran as fast as we could
you didn't
because
tell me that you ran.
No, we
They
ran.
don't believe me when I tell them things, so they just played it off, I guess. But
Yeah, we were scared.
oh, you were okay.
We were terrified.
So
So I
Yeah.
forgot about that though.
I didn't. But that's the same place where the 800-pound crow, where I told you it was crowing and rattling the wind chimes.
Right.
Yeah. So, and the cow was on the other end of the
Yeah.
yard.
It was on the Kentucky Lake.
Now, the cow, could have been a possible breakout cow, or
No, it was
Were there
not
cows
it
in
was,
the area?
It was not a cow that I've heard before. It was mooing.
There were
was
cows
not,
in the area, but it wasn't those cows.
Yeah, no, it was
It was
loud.
probably
and
a breakout
Same
cow.
thing like the wind chimes on this side of the porch were vibrating from it. And cows don't make a moo noise in general. They scream kind of. It's been it was mooing. You know, moo. Quack, 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 quack. Yeah, caw, you know. It was like that. You know,
Okay.
it was like,
Okay.
let's see if we can really get these guys, you know, or
Right.
if they notice, you know.
yeah.
So, yeah, it was quite an experience that time.
Yeah, that was weird up
Yeah,
there.
yeah, it was, wasn't
We
it?
were so far back
So-
in the hills.
Let me ask you this: as far as coming and camping here, we haven't experienced anything in camp, which is a pretty good thing.
Yeah. Well, not
So-
that we're aware of, right?
Right. As far as we know, there hasn't been anything in here, but it's a possibility. You know, after we're asleep, we don't know.
We're both
So,
pretty deep
how
sleepers.
has your camping experience been
Oh,
this
great.
weekend?
Perfect, yeah. Well, great camaraderie. Everything I expected. You know?
Poured last night, but we stayed dry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
poured
other than
last
the rain,
night.
you know, not a big
Yeah.
deal. You know, we're not usually campers,
We're not campers.
but
We're doing okay.
yeah, right, yeah.
So you've had a good time coming and camping.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
You've got enough food and everything. So
Oh yeah, 100%.
was
yeah.
breakfast good
Great
this morning?
host.
I don't want to throw you guys under the bus or nothing, but it's been real.
There's been
It's
cake.
been good, yeah,
There's been tons of food.
yeah. The Bigfoot cake, yeah.
So
Yes, we'll definitely
Would you-
come again if you'll
Yeah.
have us.
yeah, we'd be
Yeah.
glad to have you
Yeah.
in August and October if you
Okay,
want to
we'll
come.
definitely come again. Yeah, we have a great time.
So I appreciate your time.
Thank
And,
you.
Thank
Yeah,
you
we
for the
appreciate
interview.
you for having us. Thank you.
And well, this is the old bear sign off for this one. We'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.
Right?